Most people think leadership starts with authority. Personally, I think leadership starts with care. That's right. I'm really big on care. And I have this framework called Care, Connect, and Coach. And that's how I've led teams in my professional career. And now I just want to share some of the successes, some of the principles that I believe caused me to be successful and our team to be successful. And for some of those team leaders to go on and become leaders in their own right. See, one of the biggest mistakes sometimes we assume is that, when people join your organization or they join a company, that they're doing it because they just love that company or they want to be a part of it because it looks successful or they love that mission. But what will keep people there is because they feel valued and they know that their leader cares about them. That's where true authority is. That's where true influence is. And I believe people perform at their highest level when they know they are valued, when they know they bring something to the table, when they know that their voice matters. So, whether you're leading a team, maybe you're leading a department, maybe you're a first time manager or first time supervisor, or you're running your own business or over a volunteer group, you need to really take a moment and ask yourself, do the people around me know I care about the success, their personal success, and our success as a team? See, care is not being soft. It's not about being soft because people would think just because I'm a woman that I can't be firm. And that's so far from the truth. But what I've learned is that when I genuinely care about people because I care about their success just as much as I care about my own, care for me was paying attention to their needs. I learned that from one of my mentors. When he would ask me questions about, the job or something, a project that we were working on, he's like, um, I'm going to pay it when I would share with him some of the things that I wanted to work on, or something that where I needed help or some things that maybe were irritating to me at the time or whatever, he would always say, I'm going to pay attention to that. And so when people intentionally pay attention, and you tell them that and they're your team member, then they know that you really care. Not paying attention in a bad way to find fault, but paying attention to get to understand how to better communicate with them, how to better lead them. Okay? So here's what we got to know, leaders, the leaders people remember are the ones who notice them. They know, like, I can remember the leaders that matter to me most, and I can literally, I mean, I didn't have a lot of jobs, but I can count on one hand. I haven't had that many jobs, but there are two men in my life who I truly, truly believe cared about my success just as much as they cared about their own and were willing to challenge me because I believe with care, leadership begins with care, and when you care about somebody, you're going to challenge them to be the best that they can be. But that's not with a heavy hand all the time. And neither is it always with the soft one either, because carrot, like I said, is not about being soft, but it's about being effective. It's about paying attention. It's about seeing a person and seeing what they need and how can you best serve them, help them grow. To me, leadership begins with care. So, what's one way maybe a leader showed they cared about you? Feel free to share it below. And thank you so much for listening to the Reach for Better segment here at ABR Firm. We'll see you next time.